You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Amber Jenkins shares how several students in Pittsburgh are spending their free time.
Also, several Carthage residents are still feeling the effects of last week's storms. KOAM's Fernanda Silva shares their story.
Cloudy skies out there, more showers and thunderstorms continuing to overspread the area ahead of a showery and stormy day. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Lee Snowy, 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. And you know, it's a beautiful day out there, a little bit rainy, but Chris will talk about that later. For now, teens gather at Pittsburgh Public Library yesterday to gain volunteer hours and skills. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
It allows for teens to come in and have a collaborative time together and meet new people and just donate their hours.
The Volunteens program at the Pittsburgh Public Library allows teens to create book displays, organize shelves, and other projects twice a month.
And it's very relaxing for teens to be able to come in and donate good hours that they can also use on applications for college, as well as other different programs at schools.
And we just have a whole list of things, and then based on the author's last name, this is all
it's in alphabetical order from their last name. So we find the author and then we find which book it is. And so far we've only gotten 3 out of 20.
The teens are using the Dewey Decimal System to find books without the help of a smartphone or computer.
I know we've learned about it in elementary school, but I haven't used it since.
This is kind of our first time. We have to keep reciting the alphabet in our heads, so I would say hard.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds pretty easy.
Where is that?
We don't know what, yeah.
The teens not only maintain the space in the library,
655.
they also prepare crafts for the toddlers' story time.
I'm part of the National Honor Society at Pittsburgh High School, and we volunteer throughout the community, and I just thought this would be a really fun time. Come in, volunteer, get stuff ready for kids, and make sure they can have a good time.
Although Nolan isn't a bookworm,
No, I'm good.
he is a fan of making a difference within the community.
I'm a big believer that, if you want to be a good person, you need to do activities that show that you're a good person and just really help everybody around you out.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
And the Volunteers program meets twice a month, every second and fourth Tuesday at the Pittsburgh Public Library. Certainly an exciting sight to see those students giving back to their community. Now let's go to Chris with a quick look at your Wednesday morning.
Yeah, we've got ourselves some cloudy skies out there. Showers and thunderstorms continuing to roll in across the area. So this is a live look from our camera on top of Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. You can see the clouds. Most of Joplin is still dry. We've had a shower on the north side of the city, but otherwise the city itself is dry, and you can see that too on the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line. Now that's looking back toward that shower, so you can see the skies look a little darker up there where that rain is falling. And here's a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. A lot more showers out there than what we had before, so we're stretching now into southeastern Kansas. We have a few sprinkles up just north of Eureka and to the northwest of Yates Center, but as we get a little closer into southeast Kansas, got some sprinkles near Erie, showers near Girard, south of Pittsburgh, but Parsons, Mound Valley, Oswego, Chautauqua, Columbus, and then we've got these showers into Jasper County, so some heavier showers getting ready to roll into the city of Jasper, just north of Alva, Carl Junction, and Joplin itself, as you can see, starting to get in on a little bit more rain across the city, but the camera sites we have are still dry right now. And then we've got more showers and storms continuing to stretch back into northeastern Oklahoma. All of this activity continuing to develop and will gradually roll off to the north and east, and we will be dealing with scattered showers and storms across the area today. The good news is, though, no severe weather expected. We're sitting at 51 in Joplin, 56 in Pittsburgh. Also bear in mind that the reading comes from the airport. The airport has been under a rain shower for quite some time now, so it's a little cooler up by the airport. The city itself is still a little bit warmer. Temperatures around the region, cool spot is still Iola at 48, warm spot J at 60, the rest of us in the 50s. As we go through today, again, scattered showers and storms, highs upper 50s, low 60s. We could have those northeast winds occasionally gusting upwards of 35 out there today. We'll talk about how long this rain's going to last and how warm the weekend is going to get with that full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
A warm weekend sounds pretty nice. Thanks, Chris. The state of Missouri carries out its first execution of 2024. Despite widespread protest, Missouri executed convicted double murderer Brian Dorsey yesterday evening. The 52-year-old Dorsey was put to death at 6:11 p.m., according to the Missouri Department of Corrections. Dorsey was sentenced to death for the 2006 murders of his cousin and her husband. In addition to the demonstrations, a clemency petition was filed saying Dorsey was deeply remorseful for the murders. The U.S. Supreme Court denied a last-minute request for clemency. In his final written statement before his execution, Dorsey thanked all the supporters who advocated on his behalf and apologized to his victims' loved ones. Active Lifestyle Events yesterday presented a check for $1,700 to the Joplin Trails Coalition. The check helped to fund a recently installed concrete ramp on the west side of St. Louis Avenue for trail users with disability issues. The new ramp makes the trail more accessible and safer for all trail users.
I hope it ultimately leads to wider access for our community, that there are no people left out that can't use the trails that would like to, and then also that it just further exposes the trails to the community. Joplin Trails Coalition is a great organization, a hidden gem in the community, and the hard work they do often goes unrecognized.
The donation was funded by past proceeds from the Joplin Memorial Runs. Well, the Midwest Transplant Network yesterday held its celebration of life at the Freeman Business Center in Joplin. The network hosted the celebration for organ, eye, and tissue donors, transplant recipients, and those who are still waiting for the gift of life. Since it began in 1972, the Midwest Transplant Network's donor service had contributed to more than 32,000 transplants, thanks to more than 7,000 organ donors. Certainly incredible. Sorry that graphic wasn't up for you all. Well, some Carthage residents are still dealing with the consequences of last week's storm. An apartment building next to Carthage Square had severe water damage after the roof peeled off and the ceiling tiles broke and fell onto the floor. KOAM's Fernanda Silva spoke to them.
When I went upstairs, there was just glass and metal and ceiling tiles all over everything. Everything soaked. Everything was just covered in debris. Everything's nasty. It just smells horrible. The walls and the floors are have this white powder film on them. Just, you can see mold. It's just gross.
The video shows what Eli Wells saw as soon as he went back home after the April 1st storm. But the night when the storm hit right before evacuating the building was even worse for him. Can you tell me what you saw on that night and what happened when you were sleeping?
I woke up to glass shattering and things falling and the whole building shaking and the sound of a storm outside, and I woke up and there was cardboard all around me. I was hit in the face with a ceiling tile that fell, and it was all wet.
Eli's family is one of 5 who lived in the building when the storm hit. While most families moved out, 2 of them, including the landlord Keith McBride, still live there. The pictures you see were sent to KOAM by McBride. He says he's addressing the issues and hoping to rebuild the place like it was. Meanwhile, Wells was couch surfing for a week. He now has a new place to call home, but is missing his furniture.
A lot of it's still up in the apartment. I'm gonna maybe take it to my new house if it's dry enough, but there's nothing really. Everything's ruined. Much we can do about it. Just slowly going to flea markets and doing whatever we can.
A lesson learned with one hope in mind.
Just for that never to happen again, or if it do, for me to have insurance for it all to be covered.
In Carthage, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
I certainly hope those residents will be able to pick up the pieces. McBride says he has dehumidifiers running 24/7 to save floors and get moisture out. McBride is working with contractors to start the work soon. And those are our top stories this half hour. Coming up next, professional wrestling is returning to Fort Scott this Thursday. We'll hear from an organizer on what you'll experience.
Come shop with us at Miss Daisy's Home and Decor and give your home the makeover it deserves.
If you're looking for something new and exciting this Saturday, you should head on over to Fort Scott for World League Wrestling. Leland Race is with us this morning to share about the event and what you can expect if you go. Welcome so much. Thank you
so much for the opportunity.
Of course.
It's I think a little rainy outside, but it's going to be great this Saturday.
It's going to be beautiful
That's
this
right.
weekend, so you'll make sure you want to go. Can you talk to me a little bit about, what is World League Wrestling?
So World League Wrestling is a smaller professional wrestling company.
Okay,
We're coming out of the this past weekend's events for WrestleMania. I'm sure everybody had heard to some degree or another about the massive amount of people that attended up in Philadelphia. Well, this is a smaller version of that, but you're going to see in your face, you're going to see wrestling that in its purest form, because the creator of this company, the 8-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Harley Race, he knew nothing less, and he wants the fans and wanted the fans to basically get what he wanted, and that's again wrestling in its purest form. And so this Saturday night, Fort Scott, Kansas, World League Wrestling is coming to Memorial Hall there in town.
How exciting. Can you talk to me a little bit about what fans can expect? Who's all going to be there? Talk to me about some of the names.
Absolutely. So yes, this Saturday, again, all of the stars for World League Wrestling. Myself, I will be in action. We have a lot of great individuals here. Some of them, only faces a mother can love. But that said, we're going to have a lot of the superstars coming from World League Wrestling. We're going to have ladies wrestling there. The ladies champion will be in action. Former NXT superstar from WWE, Brene, will be in action. Also, we have Camaro Jackson, Jack Parker Jr., the WLW Junior Heavyweight Champion, and the Heavyweight Champion, for that matter, will all be in action again this Saturday night. Great day for wrestling. The weather's going to be fantastic, and we're looking forward to doing it.
And is this a free event, or are there tickets available?
Oh, that's the best part. We save it for last. Yeah, no, it's perfectly free for everybody involved. So even if you never experienced professional wrestling on a smaller level, this is exactly the opportunity that you need to come out and enjoy something great for the community, great for the wrestling fans at heart, and everybody in between.
Absolutely. Are there any big matchups that we need to be looking out for this Saturday?
Well, anything that I'm involved in.
Oh, there you
Actually, you just want to avoid that at all costs. But no. Again, what we're looking forward to doing is World League Wrestling. 25 years is what we're coming up on in business, and we're on the cusp of something really great here. And what you don't want to do is miss out on jumping on what World League Wrestling has to offer.
Especially for a free event.
You can't beat that with
a gorgeous day on Saturday.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Leland, so much for being with us this morning. World of Wrestling is this Thursday, April 13th at 7 p.m. at the Fort Scott Memorial Hall. Stick around. We'll be right back.
It's the spring and distance like Cerulean temper and purple too. 4 years no interest, ship free to you. Denver mattress.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Wednesday morning. You can see the cloudy skies on our camera on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. Most of Joplin still dry, but shower activity continuing to push in. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line also dry at this point as well. So that's good so far, but rain will continue to work into the area. And the KDOT camera 69 just south of Pittsburgh. If I was looking at it right, yeah, the road is a little bit wet up there. We've had some shower activity up there. And here's a look. Take a look at how much these continue to develop across the area. More scattered showers and thunderstorms overspreading the area. So into southeastern Kansas, got some showers just south of Girard. And just look at how they're just kind of forming this little horseshoe shape around the city of Pittsburgh. But don't worry, more rain on the way. McCune, Parsons, Mound Valley, Oswego, Chautauqua, Edna, Coffeyville, Columbus, Baxter Springs, all getting in on the rain. On the Missouri side, we've got a heavier shower rolling into Jasper, one just outside of Carthage. More showers knocking on the door of the city of Joplin itself. Showers in Carl Junction, Asbury, and stretching into Barton County and over to the east of Lamar, north of Golden City, back toward Ernest and Arcola. We've got those showers out there, and then we've got thunderstorm activity and heavier rain into northeastern Oklahoma, stretching all the way back down now toward Guthrie and Oklahoma City. More showers and storms on the way there. Showers in Newada, Bartlesville, and up toward Miami. Just outside of the city of Miami, actually, you can see some heavier rain out there getting ready to move in. Welch getting in on this activity. All of it continuing to lift off to the east and northeast and continuing to develop and spread. Look at it. The movement, it's not moving much, but it is continuing to develop and expand across the area. Now, the good news is we're not anticipating any severe weather with any of this activity. However, as you can see with the future tracks, scattered showers and storms will stick with us through most of our Wednesday, but they'll be scattered, so you'll see some pauses in the rain here and there. But between the rain and the cloud cover, it does keep us cooler today as well. The showers come to an end late this evening, and we'll start to clear out as we head into our Thursday. So there's a look at those clouds. Again, the airport is under a shower, so 51 with showers at the airport. Most of the city dry, still a pinch warmer than that. North-northeast breeze at 9. Temperatures around the region, cool in Iola, still upper 40s, warm in Jay at 60. The rest of us still hanging out, just kind of hovering in the mid-50s out there. Scattered storms through the morning, up to about 58 by 11 o'clock this morning. Our highs today, thanks to the showers and the clouds, will be upper 50s and low 60s across the area. We could also have that northeast breeze gusting occasionally to 35 miles an hour. Showers wrap up late this evening. We fall back into the mid-40s overnight, so pretty chilly out there and mostly cloudy. We'll start warming up, though, as we head into the weekend. 70s and 80s Saturday and Sunday, 80s on Monday, and we're keeping an eye on thunderstorm chances next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Let's check your forecast. We'll have more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Guess that's what American Family
Home and auto insurance today.
All right, well, welcome back. It's Wildcat Wednesday, and we have Valerie and Julie with us this morning, and they're here to give us some details on the upcoming Aging with Attitude Expo. Welcome to you both. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
So can you talk to me a little bit about what Aging with Attitude is?
Well, Aging with Attitude is an expo that we're holding this year in Parsons, and it is on April 26th from 9 a.m. to 1. There is a $15 registration,
okay.
But we do have lunch that we're serving, and we have over 30 vendors that will be there.
Can you talk to me a little bit about some of the vendors that will be there and what they'll kind of be, explaining to the folks that come?
Well, I know we have all different kinds of healthcare vendors that are going to be there.
Wonderful.
A lot of health and just community service-based organizations that are targeted more towards the older population. It's called Aging with Attitude, yes. But there really is no age limit. This is open to everyone, and there is something for everyone.
Absolutely. You guys have been doing this for a few years now. Can you talk to me a little bit about what's different this year and what, people who went last year can expect for this year?
Well, we do change it up a little bit every year. So this is the second year that it's in Parsons, and last year we did a breakfast. This year we're doing a lunch. So it changes up just a little bit, but it's going to be a lot of great food, great information, and the speakers this year are Jesse Gilmore, he's with K-State Extension, going to be talking about container gardening and how to grow vegetables even on your porch if you live in a small space.
That's interesting.
And then also Melanie Smith with the Area Agency on Aging is going to be there to answer all kinds of Medicare questions. So every year we do have a little bit different topics, and it'll be just a great morning full of information and socialization and just a great time for any attendee.
Yes. And can you also talk to me about the time and the date and the location of it all?
Yeah.
So it is at the Foursquare Church in Parsons, and we do have flyers up all over the place, I believe, and it's on April 26th.
Just a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's coming up pretty quick, which I believe is a Friday, and it's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And everyone is welcome, so we're excited.
Well, be sure to check it out. Thank you both for being with us this morning. Remember, the expo is Friday, April 26th, as mentioned, at the Foursquare Church Gymnasium in Parsons, Kansas. Stick around. We'll be right back with more news and weather after this.
Thank you.
I just gave it a lift. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Noe. The city of Joplin has a new mayor. The city council Monday night voted unanimously to appoint Kaden Cortez to the role. Cortez has been serving as the city's mayor pro tem, and that position is now filled by Josh Tatar. The city's new council was also sworn in last night, featuring 3 newly elected members. Area high school mathematicians put their skills to the test yesterday at Pitt State. The university hosted the 54th annual math relays. More than 750 students from 50 high schools in Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma competed. The relays kick off with a 15-minute long individual test. Then later there are 20-minute team tests.
Probably have probably like 40 different classifications because we got 12th grade, 11th grade, 10th grade, and all kinds of different exams. And so we just look at the high score in each of those different categories, and we break them up by small school and large school.
Medals were awarded to the top 3 participants in each event. CHC and SEK partnered with the Crawford County Health Department and K-State Research and Extension yesterday to host a Tasty Tuesday event. Families were encouraged to stop by to learn about healthy snacks and to receive activity kits. The event is part of the Week of the Young Child, sponsored by the National Association for the Education of Young Children, which celebrates young children, their teachers, families, and communities.
Just a connection with children and families, so the families can have something to do together as a family. So they're working together as a family on doing activities.
During the March 26th Pittsburgh Commission meeting, Mayor Stu Hite proclaimed April 6th through the 12th as the Week of the Young Child. Now here's Chris. Oops, excuse me. Well, this is the time of year you might experience a bee swarm. That's what happened yesterday in Sarcoxie. A nearby resident noticed a large swarm of bees on a fire hydrant. Police contacted Jared Malcolm, who enjoys beekeeping as a hobby. He was able to locate the queen in the swarm, and all others followed into a transport box. He took them home, and the bees were reacting positively to the new hive location. If you experience a bee swarm, you can contact the Joplin Area Beekeeping Association. Their information is on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's Chris.
Yeah, with those bees, you are not going to find me near them. Honeybees, though, aren't as bad as wasps. Wasps, I swear, they're just evil. But not so much evil in our forecast today. We do have some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. So this is a live look from MoDOT camera, 32nd and Rangeline. Skies still a little bit on the dark side out there off to the north and west, where the city itself is still relatively dry. Skywatch storm tracker showing where we're still continuing to watch these heavier showers roll in. So we're taking a look right now, as you can see in the southeastern Kansas, Pittsburgh, still just that little horseshoe shape, but eventually the showers will start rolling in just south of Girard, Parsons, Oswego, Columbus, stretching back into northeastern Oklahoma and into Jasper, Barton counties, into southwestern Missouri, north of Carthage, just trying to get into Joplin itself right now as well. And more showers and storms stretching back across parts of northeastern Oklahoma as well. This activity not moving very much, as you can see, but is continuing to develop and expand across the area, and we'll do so through the day. The good news is, though, no severe weather expected with any of this activity, but it will be cooler. We're at 51 in Joplin, 55 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures around the region, not bad. Again, Iola, the cool spot at 49. Otherwise, the rest of us still hanging out in the 50s out there. So where you're getting under the showers, it's getting a little cooler, but where you're still dry, it's upper 50s across the area. Well, those scattered showers and storms through the day, northeast winds occasionally gusting upwards of 35, with our highs capping out in the upper 50s and low 60s across the area. We'll talk more about how long this rain is going to last and how warm the weekend is going to get with that full forecast a little later. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida arrived in Washington yesterday ahead of today's state dinner and Thursday's summit with Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The official visit from the Prime Minister and his wife Yuko Kishida comes as the U.S. and its allies have raised concerns about China's growing presence in the South China Sea. Earlier this week, the U.S. and Japan, along with Australia and the Philippines, held joint naval exercises in the area in a show of strength. They are also slated to talk about Japan's participation in NASA's Artemis moon project and other technology partnerships. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Stacey McBride was with us yesterday to talk about the upcoming showing of Nellie Dawn, the musical movie.
Best medical and dental care in the region.
Quality, compassionate.
Quality, compassionate, affordable care.
Great Wonders Production will be debuting their feature film Nellie Dawn, the musical movie. Stacey McBride is with us to share some details on the film and how you can watch. Welcome, Stacey. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. We're very excited to show this movie. It's about a local woman who was born and raised in Parsons, Kansas, and she goes up to Kansas City and starts a dressmaking business, sells $75 million, became one of the first self-made millionaires.
Incredible.
Yes, so it's a very exciting business, but she had an exciting life as well.
Absolutely. So could you tell me, why choose this film, especially about someone from right here in the 4 states who's an icon, a fashion icon?
Well, there's a lot of rich history in this area, in this region, and a lot of talent as well that can be portrayed in films. And so the film was made regionally, and we selected Nellie Dawn because the filmmaker, that he is the grandnephew of Nellie Dawn and knew the story.
Wow.
So he's like, we've got to tell people about this woman who is just an incredible story, who was saved by the mob and kidnapped and adopted her own biological son. So people need to come to the movie and see what happens.
Absolutely, an incredible life story. And how can people come? Where can they go and when?
The movie will show in 2 places on this Sunday at Second Sunday Cinema. And one is at the Cornell Arts Complex in Joplin, and the other is at Route 66 Theater.
Wonderful. And then how much are tickets?
$10.
$10. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Stacey, for joining us. You can watch Nellie Dawn, the musical movie, April 14th at the Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex from 1 to 4 p.m. Stick around. We'll be right back with more news.
Just call Roto-Rooter.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 7:40 on this Wednesday morning. It is a cloudy start to the day, and many of us getting in on those showers, even a few thunderstorms out there this morning. This is a live look from our camera on the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. You can see it is clearly cloudy. Also, that's kind of a contradiction, but you know what I'm saying. It is also cloudy on the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Range Line in Joplin as well. Still dry, though, at both those locations. And we've had some wet spots here on 69 just out to Pittsburgh as showers continue to roll into the area. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing us that shower activity across parts of southeastern Kansas, starting to get into Pittsburgh. Girard again, heading into Missouri, just east of Lamar, going into Jasper, south of Liberal, Carl Junction. Now, Joplin, as you saw in the cameras, not all of this rain is necessarily reaching the ground, but heavier rain is on the way. So Baxter Springs getting in on it, Columbus as well, Oswego, Chetopa, Quapaw, just outside of Miami now, and we're getting plenty of shower and thunderstorm activity, and it continues to stretch back through northeastern Oklahoma. Now, this activity at this point, as you can see on the loop, it's not really moving very much right now, but it is continuing to develop and spread out across the area. Now, the good news is we're not anticipating any severe weather with this activity, which is great news because the southern half of this same system is already producing several tornado warnings and extensive straight-line wind damage in parts of Louisiana, and will continue to do so across the Gulf Coast today. So we are on the lucky end of this system right now. It will keep us a little cooler, though. We'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms as we go throughout the majority of our day. It won't be until late evening when the last of these showers start to roll out of here, and we'll begin to gradually clear out as we head into our Thursday. In Joplin right now, again, it's been raining at the airport, so this is where the current conditions come from. Say at 51 at the airport, still a little warmer in the city. My home weather station showing about 56 down here where it's not been raining yet. North-northeast breeze at about 9 miles an hour. Around the area, temperatures, cool spots still up in Iola. The rest of us hanging out in the 50s for the most part, and that's where we've been almost all morning long. Not a lot of temperature movement today. Scattered storms through the morning, and we'll make it into the upper 50s by 11 o'clock. Our highs today, upper 50s and low 60s across the area with those scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we have those northeast winds occasionally gusting upwards of 35. Showers come to a close late this evening. Will be mostly cloudy overnight and much cooler than where we've been lately, falling back into the mid-40s. As we head into our Thursday, breezy, still cool, but clearing out. Nice on Friday, upper 70s Saturday, low 80s Sunday and Monday. And then we are keeping an eye on some thunderstorm chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Still pretty early, but just a heads up, we're going to keep an eye on those thunderstorm chances as we get closer to next week. That's a check of your forecast. Now we're going to send it back to Elise with Consumer Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, millions of low-income Americans could soon lose most of their government benefit for high-speed internet. The Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP, is set to run out of funding by the end of April. The ACP provides monthly $30 discounts on internet service for low-income households. The FCC said Tuesday that starting in May, those discounts would be reduced to $14 a month. In anticipation of the cuts, the FCC halted new signups for the program in February. The FCC also ordered internet providers to begin informing customers about the potential end to the program. The price of a postage stamp could rise again in the next few months. The U.S. Postal Service filed a notice with the Postal Regulatory Commission on Tuesday. The post office is recommending raising the price of first-class mail forever stamps from 68 cents to 73 cents. Stamp prices already increased this year in January. If the change is approved, it would take effect July 14th. The Postal Service also recommended price adjustments for special service products, including certified mail and money order fees. However, there will be no price increase for post office box rental fees. Your solar eclipse glasses could still have a purpose. Eyeglasses company Warby Parker is partnering with Astronomers Without Borders to help recycle and redistribute the used glasses. The glasses will be sent to schools or places around the world with limited resources for solar eclipse watching. The gently used glasses with an International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, logo can be donated at Warby Parker retail locations or at Astronomers Without Borders drop-off locations until April 30th. The FAA is investigating new safety allegations involving Boeing Dreamliners. Those are different from 3 other Boeing models that suffered mid-air incidents this year. A whistleblower alleges some Dreamliners could have manufacturing flaws. He says they could prove catastrophic, as Amy Kiley reports.
I am hopeful that the FAA will not allow this to go unanswered.
A Boeing whistleblower is speaking out after the FAA announced a probe into some of the company's wide-body planes yesterday. Boeing engineer Sam Salapur alleges 777 jets could have damaged parts.
I literally saw people jumping on the pieces of the airplane to get them to align.
He also says 787s could have improperly closed gaps in their bodies. He says airlines might not know to check for related hazards. Salapur's attorney alleges he faced retaliation from Boeing before filing a complaint with the FAA in January.
He was threatened with physical violence. He was threatened with termination.
Boeing disputes the 787 allegations. It says it worked with the FAA to ensure the issues don't cause safety concerns. The whistleblower allegations come as Boeing is reeling from recent mid-flight scares. They include a 737-800 engine cover falling off Sunday, a 757-200 suffering wing damage in February, and a 737 MAX 9 losing a door plug in January.
I'm doing this not because I want Boeing to fail, but because I want it to succeed and prevent crashes from happening.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
A Senate subcommittee is holding a hearing about the concerns with Boeing next week. The company has yet to comment on the whistleblower allegations about its 777 jets. And those are our top Consumer Watch stories this morning. Now let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Feels good. Start your day refreshed. Your time matters. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Simply more convenient.
Well, kids in West Des Moines are in for a treat when a new zoo opens in a few weeks. Marcus McIntosh shares what kids can expect when they visit this hands-on experience.
Jordan Creek is now home to the 5th Blue Zoo in the nation, an interactive animal experience. It's expected to open in May. But we get a sneak peek inside the Blue Zoo under construction.
And this is where we're going to start your Blue Zoo experience.
Operations Manager Steve Spiteri shows us around.
So this is the portal that you enter the Blue Zoo.
A world of fish, birds, and reptiles that may be like no other. This is the first thing you will see.
This is a penny pond. A lot of waterfalls coming into here. You'll be able to pitch a penny, make a wish.
From here, the experience intensifies.
We're very interactive. We're very orientated towards kids and having some sort of interactive experience and learning something through the interactivity.
Interactivity is a key theme with Blue Zoo.
This is going to be freshwater touch. So you'll be able to feed a koi, interact with them, pedicure fish, put your hand in there and they come and nibble on your...
That is just the beginning.
This is going to be our shark tank. This is going to house our sharks, the black tips, and our mermaids. This is where our mermaids live as well.
The out-of-water experience includes the bird sanctuary.
You'll be able to have a little bit of a Snow White princess moment. The birds will come down and eat off your hand.
We did not forget the reptiles. There are a number of snakes to see, and of course, for the tortoise, slow and steady wins the race. Some people have raised concerns about Blue Zoo not being accredited. Blue Zoo is currently not a member of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the AZA, an independent accrediting organization for zoos and aquariums in America and the world. Something Blue Zoo does not want nor feel is necessary.
A lot of people will get their nose a little bit out of joint when they hear me say that. You know, it's one of those things, it's another layer of government oversight that sort of interferes with us being able to do our jobs.
The Blue Zoo is currently selling annual season passes.
Well, be sure to check it out if you ever make your way up to Des Moines. Well, now let's check in with Chris with a quick look at your weather.
Yeah, we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Taking a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, you can see where those showers are continuing to overspread the area. So Columbus, Oswego, Parsons, Pittsburgh, Girard, there's a lot of communities starting to get in on the rain. Carthage, it's just getting ready to roll into there. And Joplin, the northwest side of the city, has been getting some of these showers out there. But where I am on the southwest side of the city, not yet, but don't worry, more rain is on the way. Take a look as it stretches back through northeastern Oklahoma. Now here's the deal, Miami, you've been watching these showers out there, because if you take a look at the loop, they're not really moving a lot. They're developing, they're spreading out as they develop, but there's not a lot of actual movement with these showers and storms out there right now. So all of us, though, will eventually get in. 51 in Joplin, and as you can see, the KDOT camera near Pittsburgh getting some raindrops on it. The highway a little wet, 55 up there. Temperatures around the region looking nice, except Iola, again, still the chilly spot at 49. The rest of us still hanging out in the 50s out there. We're looking at highs upper 50s, low 60s today. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. No severe weather expected, but we could also see some gusty northeast winds pushing 35 miles an hour. We'll have another look at your forecast plus the news you need to know right after this.
34th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion. We are proud to salute Robert Adams, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The state of Missouri carries out its execution of 52-year-old Brian Dorsey. Dorsey was sentenced to death for the 2006 murders of his cousin and her husband. In his final written statement before his execution, Dorsey thanked all the supporters who advocated on his behalf and apologized to his victims' loved ones. Joplin City Council voted unanimously to appoint Keenan Cortez as Joplin's new mayor on Monday. Cortez has been serving as the city's mayor pro tem. That position is now filled by Josh Tatar. The city's new council was also sworn in last night, featuring 3 newly elected members. Some Carthage residents are still dealing with the consequences of last week's storm. An apartment building next to Carthage Square had severe water damage after the roof peeled off. The building had to be evacuated during the storms. Keith McBride, the landlord, is addressing the issues and hoping to rebuild the place like it once was.
We've got scattered showers and storms for us today. Some of those already rolling through. No severe weather expected, but it will be a bit damp and it'll be a bit cool out there. Highs into the upper 50s and low 60s. Again, those northeast winds gusting upwards of 35. Showers will come to an end late this evening, and overnight will be mostly cloudy and much cooler than what we've been used to, falling back into the mid 40s. Still cool tomorrow and breezy low 60s. Better on Friday, even better this weekend. Upper 70s Saturday, low 80s Sunday and Monday. And we are keeping an eye on thunderstorm chances next week. Still several days away, but just a heads up, we want to keep an eye on those storm chances next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Well, around 200 loggerhead turtle hatchlings that were washed up along the western Cape coastline due to the recent heavy storms. The Two Oceans Aquarium Foundation took the rescued turtles in for intensive care, feeding them healthy samplings of sardines. As ocean currents shift, baby loggerhead turtles begin to wash up along the South African coastline.
Many hatchlings find themselves stranded on beaches, cold, dehydrated, and exhausted. The hatchlings are rehabilitated for about 9 months before being released back into the ocean. Bunch of cute little turtles there.
They're so cute, aren't they?
They are. Thankfully, some folks helping them out there.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.